What's up guys? I hope that all of you is having a great day. For those who don't know me yet, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ryan J. A. Rodriguez and I am a first year civil engineering student at Mindanao State University. So today, I am going to discuss and share some information about the different physical fitness tests. But before we get into that, let us first discuss what a physical fitness test really is.
A physical fitness test is a standardized test prepared by the former Bureau of Physical Education and School Sports or BPESS, and it gives information about the status of your overall physical fitness. As you can see, there are 10 physical fitness tests and we can use these tests to measure the different components of physical fitness. First off is the 3-minute step test. The 3-minute step test is used to measure the cardiovascular endurance. Cardiovascular endurance is a health-related fitness component, and it is the ability of the heart, lungs, and blood vessels to transport oxygen to working muscles and tissues, as well as the ability of those muscles and tissues to use the oxygen. In order to do the 3-minute step test, you will need a step with a height of 12 inches, a stopwatch, and a drum or clapper or clicker or metronome with a speaker or any similar device. In my case, I used a metronome app on my phone. After preparing the materials, you must stand at least 1 foot away from the step with your trunk erect and eyes looking straight ahead. At the signal go, you must step up and down the step for 3 minutes at a rate of 96 beats per minute. The steps of the sequence are alternate and it is divided into 2. For the first sequence, the process should be up with the left foot, up with the right foot, down with the left foot, and down with the right foot. Then for the second sequence, it should start with up with the right foot, up with the left foot, down with the right foot, then down with the left foot. By doing this, you must also observe proper breathing by inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Then, after 3 minutes, you must stand still and locate your pulse without talking. And after that, you must count your pulse beat for 10 seconds and then multiply it by 6. We need to multiply it by 6 since we need to record our 60-second heart rate for the scoring of this test. In my case, I have 90 BPM before the step test, and this right here is what we call the resting pulse rate or RPR. On the other hand, after doing the test, I got 156 BPM, and this is what we call the exercise pulse rate or EPR. The second physical fitness test is the Stork balance stand. The Stork balance stand is used to measure the balance. Balance is a skills-related fitness component, and it is the ability to keep the body in a steady position while standing and moving, or the maintenance of equilibrium while stationary or while moving. In doing this test, you will need to find a flat, non-slip surface and a stopwatch. First, remove your shoes and place your hands on your hips. Next, you should position your right foot on the side of the knee of your left foot. Then, raise your heel to balance on the ball of your foot. Take note that your partner should start the time as soon as you raise your heel off the floor, and they should stop it when your hands come off the hips, when your supporting foot swivels or moves in any direction, when your non-supporting foot loses contact with the knee, or when the heel of your supporting foot touches the floor. Lastly, repeat the same procedure with the opposite foot. There shall be 3 trials for each leg, and you should record the time taken on both feet in nearest seconds and divide the score to 2 to get the average percentage score. Here is the score standard interpretation for the Stork balance test. In my case, I got an average of 14 seconds, and that means that my balance still needs improvement. Moving on to the next test, which is the zipper test. The zipper test is used to measure the flexibility. Flexibility is the ability to use your joints and muscles fully to move through a wide range of motion. For these tests, you will only need to use a ruler. For the procedures, you must stand straight first. Next, raise your right arm, bend your elbow, and reach your back as far as possible to test the right shoulder. Then, extend your left arm down and behind your back, bend your elbow up across your back, and try to reach across your fingers over those of your right hand as if to pull a zipper or scratch between the shoulder blades. This is what it should look like. Now, observe whether the fingers touched or overlap each other and measure the distance of the overlapped fingers. After that, just repeat the procedures A and B with the left hand over the shoulder to test the left shoulder. Then, you must record the distance to the nearest 0.1 cm for the scoring. Here's the score standard interpretation for the zipper test. In my case, I got 7.5 cm for the left shoulder and 10 cm for the right shoulder, which means that I have an excellent flexibility. The next test is the planking. This test is used to measure the muscular endurance. Muscular endurance is the ability to use muscles for a long period of time without tiring. To do the plank, first, place your forearms on the floor, elbows aligned with your shoulders, and arms about shoulder width apart and parallel to your body. Next, ground your toes into the floor and firmly press to hold steady your body. Take note that your legs should be working too and be careful not to lock your knees. Then, neutralize your neck and spine by observing the spot on the floor. After the preparation, you must maintain your position for at least 20 seconds or for as long as you can manage without compromising your form or your breathing. And then, record your time in seconds. Here are the score standard interpretation for the planking. This table right here is for the women, and this table right here is for the men. In this test, I got 87 seconds, which means that my muscular endurance is just average. The fifth test is the push-up, and this test is used to measure the strength of one's upper extremities or muscular strength. Muscular strength is the ability of the muscles to lift a heavy weight or exert a lot of force one time. In doing this test, you will need an exercise mat, or if you don't have any clean mat will do. So first, lie down on the mat with your face down in standard push-up position with palms on the mat about shoulder width, fingers pointing forward, and legs straight, parallel and slightly apart with the toes supporting the feet. The push-up position depends on your sex. If you are a male, you should straighten your arms, keeping your back and knees straight, then lower your arms until there is a 90 degree at the elbows. On the other hand, if you are a female, your knees should be in contact with the floor. Then, straighten your arms, keeping your back straight, then lower your arms until there is a 90 degree angle at the elbows. After getting into the push-up position, perform as many repetitions as possible, maintaining a cadence of 20 push-ups per minute. Here's the score standard interpretation for the push-up. I only got 13 repetitions, that is why my muscular strength is just fair.